Hello, I'll be talking about a minor problem I have with Power Z. This is a minor-ish problem. It's a good game. In my opinion, it's my favorite. But there is one thing that's sort of funny. Why are all the characters, basically 90% of the characters, white? And they're not Asian white. They're like just white. They're Caucasian. I don't know why. I mean, in towns, parts looks like it would be an American town, or just or British or Canadian town, probably Canadian town. American towns, we have a lot more crime and committed a lot more atrocities. That'd be a lot differently wild. It'd be bad, be very bad. That was a joke, but still, but other parts, there's those individual, those ones that read Chinese, but at the same time, there's other things that you would not find in China or Asia. I don't recall. I thought that I don't know if there's many blonde hair Asian people. I'm not trying to be offensive. I kept dying. I know that's true. I'm not trying to be racist or offensive. They're black haired. I'm not being offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive or racist. I'm just saying, but they don't even have. They just look like they're just white from Caucasian from Europe. Now, I've always kind of realized that I mean, technically, I know there's the tanner Asians, but the pale ones, they're technically white to a format, but they're not Caucasian. But usually they have features to individualize. Don't say it's because, of course, the eye feature. No, there are Asian-looking characters. The mayor's brother, the principal, he looks Asian. The teacher looks Asian. Well, not the teacher, but the principal, because he has slanted eyes. That's a huge difference to tell, because technically in the cartoon, if you don't have slanted eyes, there's no real way to tell the difference between a white Caucasian or a pale Asian person. Except, actually, there's a lot of really pale white people in America, so I can't really say that. But let's say understand why they would have no African Americans or any other race, because, reasons, because relatively in Asia, they're just, honestly, but I would say at least make them look Asian, not look Caucasian. They are based off a Caucasian show, but they just have a mixed. They read an Asian script. They have certain details, like squid thingies. I would never eat a squid. I find that morally incorrect. I just don't eat seafood, so that's why I never move to any. That's kind of why I don't move to most Asian countries. I hate seafood, except South Korea, because honestly, I'm not trying to be offensive, but to be honest, a lot of Asian countries have been taking a dip in population. Nowadays, there are two main countries that are basically good place. Taiwan. I would say Hong Kong, but China F that up all well. They screwed over Hong Kong on steroids. I mean, kind of that, and Trump not saying support over there, and Hong Kong getting screwed over. But Japan's a good place. North Korea was never good. I mean, I'm not even trying to apologize. The civilians aren't bad people. The damn government is. They're a bunch of. They're just very dictatorial. And technically, North Korea is one of the longer going communist countries. Most communist countries don't last this long. I know Russia's a communist country, but there's just all sorts of reasons why I just don't want to go to Russia. Even if it wasn't, I wouldn't go there. It's just the freezing temperatures. Not good in the cold. But I'm just saying, they just make them look like they're very pale, but they look like from Europe. I'm just saying, other characters. Here's a weird thing: they make Bubbles' grandma look Asian, but they make her look Caucasian. I would probably assume that you never see her parents. I maybe assume that one of the parents was Asian. The other was a Caucasian, because I don't know. I really don't know. Or I just don't know. But a lot of the side characters are also Caucasian. Um, honestly, the professor having the hairstyle, that makes him more look Italian, because how the hair looks does not make him look. That hairstyle is a relative you hear from the real gangster movies, that hairstyle where that one lobe of your hair sticks out where the rest is combed back. They use hair thing to do that. I mean, they make him pale as hell, so it just doesn't, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be a hater. I actually enjoy the show very much. It's just, okay, that was weird. Sync click. I said to kill with this thing because if I just don't, the phone turns off. That means it stops recording. And it's pretty freaking annoying. I'm just saying, if you have a show based in Japan, you might want not as many it's more or less it's Hong Kong because it looks like an English settlement in Japan. I kind of just thought about that. If it's an party English settlement, I don't know because there's characters that look like straight out of Europe, other characters that really do look Asian. And here's one character that just made really no sense to me. There's very little brown hair characters. I mean, there is very few in the background. Now, you would hear about, Princess. Well, she's, that looks more dyed. And she does not look any bit Asian. Her family. They look like they're probably, I just don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. This show lasted very shortly, so... But I really thought, I don't know, most cartoons don't go by those laws. I just thought they should have at least a African-American character. There were none. I don't remember there being, or if there was, it was a background character that you never hear talk. You just you saw him in the background. The closest was that one prank kid, because he had more of a tan skin and brown hair, brown eyes. Well, I'd understand why you don't have many, because relatively most people with natural hair color, it's like hair color, what the hell, hair color, will relatively have black hair. And honestly, I know brown hairs are very, very uncommon, because brown hair is relatively, from, I don't even know what that is. I think the Native Americans had brown hair. I don't know. I should have to do research because I'm probably sound racist. I don't want to. Actually, no, they do not. But still, this is a pretty worthless rant, but it's not more. I'm just saying they should at least have more other races, and just instead of white people, every bit white person with a tan person and as a character they had in one episode that talked. His only line he talked, the only time he talked was one freaking episode. Yeah, they should have had more. Or they should at least have dyed hair people, because I know Japan has a lot of is known for I just say they should dye people, like, where those crazy color hairs, like, pretty sure it's really popular. I would just say they should have that. Or at least, so make a weird mix of everything. Makes no sense. It's supposed to be taking place in Japan, I think. Some people said Tokyo, which I'd be like, no. But I mean, I was making a joke with myself. It's like, here's a joke. This might be considered a little bit offensive, but it must be tasting in China because they're not as advanced as Japan. They are technically less. They have a population crisis of all sorts. I don't know. Maybe actually I should really stop about that. But yeah, I should stop talking politics. I'm gonna do a video, my opinion about countries, because I don't know. I just want to do it. Okay. I just want to. But my opinion is they should at least make more characters look Asian instead of having made one or two, and then have all sorts of Caucasians. And then maybe have like one or two tan characters in the background. And like 3 people have brown hair. 1 turns to red hair. So, I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm just saying, this is my personal opinion. I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone. I'm just saying my personal opinion about this. This is already 10 minutes long.